Okay, we're back with another look into some of our advanced circuit analysis uh, here in Multisim Live, and today we're going to talk about source transformation. So here I have a little circuit set up to show us what source transformation is. And in another video, we'll explain why this works. But source transformation is really helpful when you're trying to either find an equivalent circuit or understand what's powering, say, a load. But using Norton and Thevenin equivalents, we can transform our source to analyze it a little bit better. So here, if we look at this dual source setup, we see we have a voltage source and a current source. Now, this wouldn't be too difficult to understand because it doesn't have a lot of components, but right off the bat, quick initial look at it, it's kind of hard to guess where everything is going. But if we apply source transformation, we can change this current source right here into a voltage source. We have to take into account a parallel resistance. So if I have a parallel resistance with a current source, I can transform that using Ohm's law. 1 amp through 100 ohms equals 100 volts. But then my resistance moves into a series connection instead of parallel. And now looking at this is a much easier circuit to understand. We have to take into account nodes, so it's going to change the way, but it helps us simplify this down. We can now reduce this down into equivalent a circuit of just a voltage source and a resistance. Maybe to understand, say, R5 is our load, what is being applied to that in simplest terms. So then we could create an equivalent circuit for testing without messing with our entire circuit. We could also go the other way and change this voltage source and this series resistance into a current parallel circuit. So 5 volts divided by 500 ohms is a current source of 0.01 amps or 10 milliamps. I then move my 500 ohms in parallel and I get this. And so once I simulate it, you'll see that even though all these circuits are different, the voltage at this node and the current flowing through this resistor is unchanged, which is extremely remarkable. So you can look here. The voltage and current is exactly the same for all those, even though they're 3 completely different circuits, and it's all because of source transformation and the relationship of basically power output, because we have an overall resistance current voltage equalization due to Ohm's law. So I hope seeing this like this helps you better understand source transformation and how powerful it is and how to properly use it. You have to make sure whenever you're doing it that you have a voltage and series resistance. If there was another branch connected to this node, it wouldn't work. And then over here we have parallel parallel resistor and current source. If there was something else in parallel, it wouldn't matter, but if there was something else in series here before this parallel, it wouldn't work. So we have to be very particular in where we apply this, but it can be extremely useful. So I hope that helps you. Good luck, and we'll see you next time around.